Welcome back to High School DxD Anime Review Episode 2. This one I'm covering the first season's OVAs and shorts. Yeah, there were two OVAs released for this particular first season. They are called I Am Harvesting for Breast and I Am Searching for Breast. Yeah, odd titles. And yes, they are the themes of these two OVAs. Almost forgot to point out though in the last review the opening theme song. It starts out with a very similar beat to that of the Generation 1 Transformers cartoon. Yep. And of course, you have to watch the thing. It's a good song. The visuals basically I leave up to any teenager to adult to decide what they feel about the visuals. Okay, the first one has a good start to it, with having, of course, taking place kind of after the events of the first season. I almost forgot to mention for uh the first the second light novel, the top, like not only Deb's light novel, yeah, yes, pages chapters 11 to 22 and 22.5. Yeah, I forgot to mention that last one. The first one basically starts off with Rise giving Isurni lunch, making lunch. Of course, Asha tried to make his lunch too, so he ate two lunches. And then they go on an assignment to take on a demonic plant, which has the ability to suck up life force and movement through their chest. I'm not kidding, that's seriously the plot of this thing. Actually, I think that happens in the second one. Yeah, this one starts out with him chasing like a stray demon, which they do that in the two kind of fillerish episodes. This one just does that, and let's see what else. Yeah, it's the second one. Yeah, but the thing ends with, well, assuming kind of siding with the creature, so he gets buried up to his head. One or two times this happens. The other time happens one of the shorts. The other one is simply after, of course, the eating thing in the beginning of this one. You have Asuna and Asha go observe jobs. First, they go to Kiniko to go to a guy who was a gamer, and she says to beat him in just a few minutes. And she says, "Oh yeah, I play video games 1 hour every day." And then they follow Kiba to a beautiful woman's house to see him cook her dinner because she's too tired from work to cook dinner. Okay. Of course, it's peaceful times. This is fine. Hiring a guy to cook your food because you're too tired from long day of work. Okay. Let's see. Aniko goes to a president of a company to give him a foot massage wearing a very skimpy outfit. Yep. And then the rest of the group, and they go on one more job where the company rides to a museum. I'm not sure what the museum is. They don't say. They examine a coffin, which apparently which was able to be opened by having Raya just lean on the coffin with her chest. That apparently woke up this mummy man. And to unlock this curse, first to have Raz do a dance in this very weird looking outfit. And of course get a kiss from a pretty girl demon. Tries to do with Kiniko, punch in the face. Of course, Aja trips and kisses him on the cheek. I guess that helps. The third one is having him going to Aniko's chest. Yep. Gets unlocked, and of course Rise basically decides to make a judgment call. It's like, hey, Professor, can we destroy this thing? Yeah, the Professor hires her to deal with supernatural, which is actually not a bad idea to do. If something is supernatural based, call a demon. That's simple. It's like, can we destroy this movement? Yeah, but can you leave the coffin? That'd be a good thing for this study. So the girls get trapped in. Well, this is the second one in a row, basically, where the girls get trapped in something, and And right, so anyway, use that particular move, the dress break, so the four girls get their clothes ripped off. And that somehow was able to beat the Mummy Man. Pure and simple. I would say the two OVAs, the second one is a lot more interesting. The first one is okay, but it's not that good of an OVA. The second one was a lot more interesting. And yet, these are written by the series creator. I'm like, okay, so the first one is very disappointing and not a very good story. The second one was a lot more interesting. But now on to the 6 shorts. Yes, let's talk about these 6 shorts. Yep, the first one is going sunbathing. Has the group go to the beach, wearing, of course. Excuse me, I should point out though that each of these shorts are about 4 minutes apiece. Excuse me. As soon as he arrives at the club, because they're going to the beach anyways. So yeah, goes to the beach, and well, he gets beaten up for accidentally walking on the girls changing, so he gets the crap beaten out of him. And they go to the beach, and of course Raz asks him to cover her with oil, with suntan lotion. He drops the thing on her because they're wrapped up with her in Asia, and then he gets buried up his head, and of course, basically it's kind of trying to play whack-a-mole, and that's how the thing ends. Very bizarre. It starts out good, and it has a weird ending to it. The second one is Aniki training, which involves her training various things. Like first, it's training on the waterfall while him wearing a swimsuit, and of course raining water from the ceiling through one of the seals. And of course he passes out. Then she does mouth to mouth, basically making out with him, basically making her the second character to kiss him in the series. Whereas was the first one. And then it was like, yeah, and in terms of this whole thing, like, there was let's see, I think it was some other training. It was like 2 other forms of training. One was like magical training, and yeah, and of course they had this weird thing of him, like after the whole training, make him a parfait. He actually knocks over, and he tells him to lick her. He does, and of course somehow he wakes up in Asha's lap. I'm like, really? And of course she gets shocked by her familiar. Yep, that was the second one. The third one is a bit bizarre, to say the least. And this is probably the only one where Inoue does get punished for what he did. Matter of fact, he's actually absent for almost this entire short. Yeah, you have Kinoue drinking tea, which apparently is enchanted to do a sort of reverse thing, so made her into a pervert, where she just starts groping both Rise and Aisha. Of course, Rise just came out of the shower. And of course, this crazy thing of shredding their clothes, and then they say, let's go in the shower. And of course, well, the room has a shower anyways, which Rise frequently uses. And of course, they're showering, and then of course, you have Inoue just show up, like, probably after completing a job. It's like, really? You take a shower without me? And that's how the thing ends. A little bit better. That was the third one. The fourth one is the origin story of his secret move dress break. Yeah, his first test was on a couple girls he was peeking on, which were students of Kendo. Somehow, after touching them, just snaps his fingers and their clothes disappear. And then he tries it on the president and vice president. The vice president basically just has no problem with it. The president's like running away, and eventually he does catch her and clothes disappear. He doesn't get punished for it, but yeah, that's kind of the backstory of that particular move. It's an odd move. Yeah. Making udon. This one is kind of a loose follow-up to something. They apparently lost the game of billiard. Yeah, they say billiard like even though they when they fought this particular group, which is student council, they were playing dodgeball and they lost. excuse me. So the punishment was make this udon, and so they show making udon, and of course the maker gets distracted due to Asha tripping over stuff. So thinking of his chances, and the girls for the third time in these things outside of the series, they get tangled up in tentacle stuff. First one was fines, and the second one was mommy bat bandages. This one's noodles. What is this writer's obsession with this particular thing? And it's the four girls that get separate through this. Yeah, yeah. And the last one is all about Asia. Her trying to seduce, get the introduction to, like, first shows up as a, like, I don't know, like, kind of like a, I don't know, like a bad doctor per se, wear like a white trench coat and a face mask, and of course does so trying to be like more devilish by stealing milk, ignoring arrests or stuff like that. This was a really weird one. And of course she would dress up as a harlot and then kisses the neck, and of course raises the nose, and later they should wipe that thing off. And I would say of all these particular I would say of these shorts, because, well, they're kind of weird per se. I would say, well, they're okay. Yeah, but I like the second OVA a lot better because at least that had an interesting story to it. This one, well, it just these particular shorts are just plain weird, to say the least. Why did I watch them? Because I'm part of the dang series. That's the only reason why. Okay, so that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned whenever I get a chance to do episode 3, where I'll talk about the second season of the show. But that's gonna have to wait until after I read volumes 3 and 4 of the light novels. Yep. Until I see you in the next review. Bye.